The man who refused to give up in the early 1900s in a small town in Hodgeville, Kentucky, a poor boy was born in a tiny wooden cabin. His family had very little money and life was full of struggle from the very beginning. That boy's name was Abraham Lincoln. Today, many people know him as one of the greatest leaders in American history, the 16th President of the United States, but his life was not a story of easy success. It was a story of failure, pain, persistence, and courage, and the greatest lesson from his life is simple: when life becomes difficult, stand firm. A childhood of hardship, Lincoln's family lived in deep poverty. His father was a farmer who struggled to provide enough food for the family. Their house had no electricity, no proper floor, and sometimes very little food. Lincoln had almost no formal education. In fact, throughout his childhood, he attended school for less than a year in total, but he had something powerful, a desire to learn. He borrowed books from neighbors and read them at night by the light of a fireplace. While other boys slept, Lincoln was studying history, law, and literature. He believed something many people forget: your circumstances do not define your future, your determination does. The first big loss, when Lincoln was just 9 years old, tragedy struck his family. His mother passed away. For a young boy, losing a mother is one of the most painful experiences imaginable. Lincoln was heartbroken. For a time, he became quiet and withdrawn. The sadness could have easily destroyed his spirit, but instead of giving up on life, Lincoln slowly turned his pain into strength. Later in life, he said that his mother's love and teachings shaped who he became. Even in grief, he chose to move forward. Failure after failure, when Lincoln grew older, he decided to enter business. His first business failed. He lost almost everything and even fell into debt. Many people in his situation would have quit trying, but Lincoln did not stop. He tried again. Then he decided to enter politics, but the road ahead was not easy. He ran for public office and lost. He tried again and lost again. Then he attempted another election and lost once more. At one point in his life, Lincoln was so discouraged that he fell into deep depression. Friends worried about him. Some believed he would never recover, yet something inside him refused to break. Lincoln understood a powerful truth: failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey toward success. Choosing courage. Years passed. Lincoln continued learning, working, and improving himself. Slowly, people began to respect his honesty, intelligence, and leadership. He finally won a seat in government. But even then, life did not become easy. In the 1860s, the United States faced one of the darkest times in its history, the American Civil War. The country was divided, families were torn apart. States fought against each other, thousands of lives were lost. It was during this difficult moment that Abraham Lincoln became president. Many people criticized him, others doubted him. The pressure was enormous, but Lincoln remained calm and determined. He believed his duty was to protect the nation and preserve freedom. During the war, he made one of the most important decisions in American history. He issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared freedom for millions of enslaved people. It was a bold decision that changed the future of the country. The lesson of his life: looking back at Lincoln's life, it is amazing how many obstacles he faced. He experienced poverty. He lost loved ones. He failed repeatedly. He faced depression and criticism. And yet, he never allowed those struggles to define him. Instead, he used them as fuel to keep moving forward. Lincoln once said something powerful: "I am not concerned that you have fallen, I am concerned that you arise." Those words carry a timeless lesson. Life will bring difficulties to everyone. You may face failure, you may face loss, you may feel discouraged. But what matters most is not how many times you fall. What matters is how many times you stand up again. Why this story matters: millions of people around the world feel defeated when things go wrong. They believe that failure means the end. But the life of Abraham Lincoln teaches us the opposite. Difficult moments are not signs to quit, they are opportunities to become stronger. The strongest people in history were not the ones who had easy lives. They were the ones who refused to give up when life became hard. Moral of the story: when times are difficult, stay patient, keep working, keep believing, because sometimes the darkest moments are preparing you for the greatest success. Just like the poor boy from a wooden cabin who grew up to lead the United States and change history.